is some of the most moving music ever created. And there's also something about the visual of one person up on that stage with a little thing right here, two little things, making all of this sound, all of this expression, and creating something that is just enormous and completely intimate, something grand and a personal communion simultaneously. Bach's 6 sonatas and partitas for solo violin occupy a particularly vaunted position in the classical music repertoire overall, but specifically in the life of any violinist and actually most string players. Violinists spend their entire careers coming up with their approach to these pieces. Anytime one has the opportunity to hear all of these pieces together is a major moment, and to have Leonidas Kavakos, who is accepted as one of the greatest violinists of our time, come here and play these on our stage means a great deal to this community, certainly to me, and it's something that I've been greatly looking forward to as we plan the season. The term sonata actually just comes from a Latin word that means to sound. We tend to think of sonatas, the romantic sonatas, being in 3 movements, fast, slow, fast. That was not the form that Bach used, and in fact, over the course of his career, he basically stuck with a 4-movement sonata, a slow movement, a fast movement, a slow movement, and a fast movement. The first fast movement in those sonatas is always a fugue. And Bach was pretty well associated with fugue, still is today. He was a master of counterpoint. And these are not short pieces. Like the fugue in the 3rd sonata, the C major sonata, is an 11-minute work. It's the type of 11-minute work where you think, please get that guy some Gatorade afterwards, because it is so taxing. These sonatas have some of the most deep, slow movements. Sometimes in the slow movement of the 3rd sonata, they're quite simple and direct, and sometimes he's taking you into a very complicated emotional landscape, which is all the more remarkable because they're not very long movements. So what he's able to accomplish in this very small frame is a testament to the genius of the composer. And then I think about the last movements of these pieces, which, the last movement of the A minor, the 2nd sonata, or of the C major. They are so full of joy. I mean, the C major one, you'll burst out of your seat. There is a type of exuberance in the human experience that that is infectious, and it makes you wonder, about the complexity of the human being that was able to write these such a variety of works. Partitas are a slightly different story. The term partita really refers to a collection of dances. He takes a different approach with each one of the 3 partitas. The first partita, the B minor, it consists of 4 movements, and then he goes somewhere completely different with the D minor partita. Now, the D minor partita, the 2nd partita, contains perhaps the most famous movement in all these 6 pieces, and one of the most famous pieces that Bach wrote overall, which is the 13 to 15-minute chaconne that ends the piece. It's sort of like a Baroque cathedral in a violin form. He is building this extraordinary structure. You're witnessing something grand and a personal communion simultaneously. Leonidas Kavakos is no stranger to Berkeley. Over the last 15 years has come into his own, not only as a violinist, but as a conductor. He is one of the most extraordinarily generous, funny, kind people I've worked with off stage, and that generosity of spirit combined with this incredible violinistic ability that allows him to transmit every idea he has in the way that he wants to makes him unique among performers today. I would say that my answer to that really depends on the moment. I think there's a movement for every mood. Like, it's hard not to single out the chaconne because it has everything in it, and somehow it fills me up every time I hear it. But there are others. The prelude to the third partita, the last movement of the C major sonata, the slow movement of the C major sonata, the fugue from the G minor sonata, the opening movement of the G minor. They're all great.